Aren't you going to ask me why?
Why?
You know why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's fun.
Oh, it was fun. But the message of Hairspray is that no matter where you are in life, how you look, whatever that is, you too can still be fabulous. And the fact that you're different from other kids is actually something strong that you can really, really embrace, and it can empower you.
Say that when you trap for plays, you get like dancers or singers, mostly like you and person would you get like would you be most likely to get dancer or singer?
I would most likely go in as a dancer. Then I would be asked to sing 16 bars of a song, and if that was good enough, I would probably get the job after having maybe 1 or 2 callbacks to size you up with the guys. You know what I mean? Because in the ensemble, 6 guys, 6 ladies, you size them up.
What would you both say is the hardest part of getting to where you are now?
Staying in the game.
Yeah.
Staying in the game. You know, being consistent. And rejection is something that we all have to deal with in this business, and you have to realize that it's not personal. You know, if you do fabulous at a job and you don't get the job, you can't say it was you. Maybe they were going in a different direction, meaning that they wanted a guy for the role, or they wanted someone taller or shorter. You know what I mean? So you can't take it personally, and I think for kids, that's, I don't know, depending on your parents and how you were raised, you'll learn how to deal with that. And for adults, it's pretty difficult as well. Yeah? A lot of people always say that they want to be in lead roles, which is nothing wrong with having a speaking part and being a lead. But I promise you, especially on Broadway, if you're a part of the ensemble, that's just as fabulous. But you always have to think that you are a principal, even though you might be 10th from the left or the 10th one in the back. You have to dance like you're front and center. If you don't, you will always have the mentality of just being in an ensemble, and you won't really be as fulfilled as you can. And out of the ensemble come understudies. And when understudies go on for the leads and they're prepared, fabulous things begin to happen. Does everyone understand what an understudy is? So if, like for instance in Hairspray, Marissa Perry was Tracy Turnblad. When she was out sick, which hardly ever happened, I don't even know if the girl was out sick one time. Once, I think one time. Another girl came into her place who was just as good, just as fabulous. So the producers and the people in the cast were like, wow, she's been doing her homework. And even though you might not get the credit, don't look for people, don't look for approval with people to tell you, oh, you're great, oh, you're fabulous. You have to know that you're that way to begin with. Remember I told you guys are all stars? I really do believe that. I really do. You know, everybody has their own, you know, level of stardom, but I think you're all fabulous and you're all stars, period. I was part of the ensemble in Hairspray, right? I had no idea when I auditioned that they were going to pick 3 girls to be dynamites. One day in rehearsal, Jerry Mitchell called me out, Shayna Steele, and a young lady by the name of Camila Marshall, who, by the way, were backup singers for Bette Midler after they left Hairspray. Then another one is on tour with Rihanna. Friend who Rihanna is? Shane is on tour with Rihanna, and then the other girl, Camila, I just saw her Monday. She's singing backup for Matt Morrison. So my point is, when you do good work, no matter what, you don't know if this person is going to turn out to be the next CEO of a company. This person is going to turn out to be, you know, the leading person in the show and do their world tour. And then they go, oh my God, I worked with Lindsay. She was so good. She was prepared. She was on time. She was engaging. She helped the students. I think she would be a good candidate. Let's bring her in. That's how all this happens. And especially in Hairspray, a lot of that happens. Like, we say Hairspray alumni have done great. Everybody's gone off and like done great things. So always do your best, like Peter said. And when you're in the ensemble, when I did I named my character Cindy Watkins, like the director didn't give us any names, but I did a backstory. So I told the costume person and said, William, I need a purse and I need like a compact with a mirror. So they gave me a purse and a compact with my mirror. And I was like, okay, my name is Cindy Watkins. So as a director, Jack O'Brien, who is the most brilliant director one can ever work with, he was working with the principal. So when he was working with the principal, a principal is a person who is the lead in the show. Yes? who's the star of the
Like
show.
Tracy and Amber and Lynn.
Exactly, they're leads in the show. Very good, Samantha. So the ensemble, I thought, okay, I'm not a lead, but I am a lead. So I got my name, I had this whole backstory, you know, the mother was a teacher, father was a lawyer, you know, this whole nine. The 2 days before we opened, one of the writers of the book came up to me and said, Eugene, can you say this line? And the line was, if we get any more white people in here, it'll be a suburb. So in the context, meaning we were in Motor Mouse, the record shop on the north side of town, the black side of town, and white people kept coming in. You know, why are you laughing? Because you just so know it. She's just So, you know, Tracy's mom came in, her father came in, somebody else came in, and I was like, if we get any more white people in here, it'll be a suburb. Well, the first night I said that, the biggest laugh in the show. And for the next 5 years, continued to be one of the biggest laughs in the show. What's my point? If you do your homework, people see you working. Directors and the writers see you. They know when people are just like this. And they know what people are thinking. You can see it. It's a physicality. So for me, it paid off. And then, my name is in the script now, Cindy Watkins. It was not in the script in the beginning. So when they started doing rewrites, Cindy Watkins was in the... And if you buy the libretto of Hairspray, our names, the Dynamites, are in the book.
Have you ever had to work with someone who wasn't really free to work with?
When you work with somebody that you don't necessarily agree with, it's great to treat them like you, just as a professional, and it's also to realize that you can learn something from them, no matter what they're like. Everybody that you work with, you can learn something from. When I was working with you guys here, I learned a ton about how everybody thinks differently, and how we can, all the things, the ad-libs that you guys came in with in all the shows, and the moves and everything. You learn from everything.
Raising a son, and I think kids should be kids. I mean, that's really important. And this kind of workshop is really great because it's teaching you how to be a kid, but some kids have like talents. So some parents notice that and want to explore that. But I encourage you guys, when you do Broadway, TV, and film, because I think all of you guys are going to do that someday, just always be a kid. You know what I mean? Just don't rush to be a grown-up.
Don't be a miniature adult.
Yeah, it can be problematic at best, you know?
When you're grown up, you're going to want to be a kid again.